UWU. Yeah.
As do UWU. Okay, Garuda. This is going to be biased, man, because I feel like I'm going to have to rate Garuda, Ifrit, and Titan higher than a lot of you. Let me ask you guys a question. How many of you in chat did not do UWU and Stormblood? Yeah, that's exactly my point. Blind Garuda versus not blind is fucking huge. You're a filthy noob? No. It ain't even about that, man. It's not your fault that you weren't playing the game when it came out. I only ask because this fight has lost virtually all of its magic. It's bittersweet in the sense where it was amazing for the people that did it in the first week. But once that first week passed, the magic was gone. It's not really anyone's fault necessarily. It's just how the fight was designed. Pretend for a second that you did not know how to awaken any of the primals. That was every stream group for the first 4 or 5 days. You were having these groups, they were getting to the part where you LB and they had no idea what to do. You don't even know what awakening does. So on each of the bosses, Garuda, Ifrit, and Titan, you have to perform the mechanics in a specific way to awaken them, to basically give them a buff so that you can get the essence. Imagine that you don't know about that. And then imagine that in Garuda, you also don't know that you have to keep that fucking buff from the, what is it called? That wind buff for the very end of the fight. People didn't know about that. A lot of people probably won't understand why I'm because I actually think Garuda is an A. But that's coming from a person that experienced it day one. I don't know who figured it out, actually. I can't remember. It's been too long. So I think Garuda's an A, man. I really do. I understand if you don't see what I see in the first 3 primals. You know, I totally get it. I understand. This was like some week 1 stuff. You know what I mean? Ifrit. I actually think Ifrit was also an A. Pretty much for the same reasons, man. I don't think it was as good as Garuda. You know what? I'll rate it 2 different ways. I'll rate it not week 1 and week 1. So week 1, I think Garuda is an A. A year later, I think Garuda's a B. I don't think it's necessarily bad. Week 1, I think Ifrit, it was either an A or a B. It was a high B or low A, because I think Garuda was slightly better. But I think a year later, Ifrit is C. Because this fight is so different, I'll try to rate it both ways. Knowing about the awakening is vastly different than not. Back in the day, also Ifrit, believe it or not, and this is the reason why that I'm rating Ifrit an A, is because Ifrit actually had a DPS check. I know that's hard to believe now, but sometimes you might not be able to have a death on Ifrit. Now it's a fucking joke. Titan. S tier. Easy S. Even to this day, it is an S. When you go into Titan and he does the double landslide, dude, trying to dodge that shit is fucking awesome. Also, there was a time when you didn't have auto markers in Titan as well. What? Auto what? Back in the day, you just eyeballed it. You just got good or you failed. Oh, that was funny. Okay, yeah. Hold on.
This is the tech for this. God. Go to A. If you're a WoW Raider, you stay here. You don't move. If you're a WoW Raider, you stay there.
Oh, on God.
All the WoW Raiders stay back. We're going to the right, FF players. To the right. See ya, WoW players. Let's do jails. We only have the people that know how to do it.
Okay, fine.
Middle.
Fine.
Oh my God.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Broken Titan.
Let's go, dude.
Bring him up.
Let's go.
We can still make the DPS check, boys.
That was good. I mean, you can still make the DPS check now. That's why Titan's S. For those of you that have played UWU recently, is one of the hardest parts of the fight still Titan? So even to this day, Titan is still one of the hardest parts of UWU. Yeah, it's either Titan or Suppression. LB spam transition into Ultima. This is going to be a hot take, but fucking terrible. Never again. This basically was 2 minutes of nothing. This was really cool the first time and never again. And you can't even completely AFK, depending on your role, right? To me, I think it's just a big fucking waste of time. I do not like it at all. The epic feel and first impression were good, but I never want to see it again. The challenge was not really there. The satisfaction for me personally is not really there. It's not fun at all. I don't really know what the music is, actually. Music is... I mean, I do kind of like the music, actually. It's kind of ambient. I'm a fan of ambient stuff. It's really hard to hear, though. Is there even any fucking... Am I just imagining shit? It's really low. There virtually is no music here. Virtually. I do like ambient shit, though. I mean, that music is awesome. Like, the ultimate theme is awesome. I just want to hear the crunch. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm a big fan of the arena, actually. But anyway, so this is F tier for me, man. Please never again. I hate this boring-ass LB spam. It was really boring during Prague, and it's still boring to this day for me. It was very cool the very first time I saw it. But after that, I was like, wow, we really have to do this every fucking time. Predation. I think that this is no higher than a B, but I'm actually going to put it in C. The reason why I'm putting it in C is because even on week 1, people were shielding it and eating the dash. So because of that, I think it's a C. You would have like a Warrior Shake and a Scholar Spread Adlo. Actually, so at the time I raided with Momo and we were talking about doing it, but we were against it because we thought it was cheesy. So we didn't do it actually. We didn't do it. Even week 1, we didn't do it. We did the mechanic. The mechanic itself, I think, is okay. I think it's kind of cool that there's like the amount of safe spot is like 4 pixels. I think that's kind of cool. Annihilation. I think it's an A, maybe an S. Maybe. So let's look at all this stuff going on, man. So you have like, I mean, I don't know if you want to count this part, right? This part's like kind of easy. Oh, that guy's dead. See ya. Bro, no way, dude. No way you just stood in that, bro. That was bad. Like, do you count all of this? I feel like you have to. I don't know. But, like, all of that stuff is kind of cool. You have, like, the different dodges. So, if we're going to count all of this stuff up until untargetable. Yeah, okay. Maybe it is a B. I think this bumps it up. The biggest downside is the fact that you could cheese it. That's a design flaw. Annihilation. Let's look at Annihilation. Okay, I actually think Annihilation is really, really, really cool, man. I think the movement on Annihilation is awesome. Like, as a tank, I think it's awesome. And even as the party. Like, you basically, you're dodging a Titan landslide with a Ifrit dash and a Garuda like vortex at the same time as picking up a tether. And you also have the orb mechanic. Now, the orb mechanic, it doesn't matter. But the orb mechanic used to be a thing. Like, you used to actually have to manage those orbs. It was like the first month you would have to manage the orbs. And there were different strats for it, too. Do you guys even know what the orbs do? Yeah, so what the orbs do, they do 2 things. For those of you that have never noticed the Aether gauge or whatever, they increase that. But they also increase the length of the tether in the final phase. So basically, the more people that soak the orb, the longer the tether is. However, the more people that soak the orb also rack the gauge up. Most people either don't know about the tether or the gauge because it doesn't matter anymore. You just have the 2 tanks fucking soak everything or whatever, you know, it doesn't matter. Nowadays, the fight is so fucked that you can get to the last part and not even have tank LB3. This is UWU now. If you don't want to do suppression, then don't do it. If you don't want to do suppression, then just stand in everything. Fuck it. Whatever. It doesn't matter. You don't have to do suppression anymore. No, you just...
Dodge. Jail.
You just, you know, you just do that. Whatever. Just stand in everything. Just take all that shit, dude. Spam another LB, too. They got it back
Dodge,
instantly, I think.
jail.
Yeah, just spam another one. Fuck it. You get 2 tank LBs back to back. Because why the fuck not?
Bravo.
Just stand and let thing resolve, bro.
Move. Not Jafar.
Yeah.
B.
Yeah, they get another LB. They get another LB3. So that's why, like, this tier list, man, for UWU, the different UWU phases, is probably going to be a lot different from me to the people that played. I feel like Annihilation is a really, really awesome mechanic. I feel like it's really cool. I think it's S, man. It was very challenging. It's very satisfying to complete. It's really fun because of all the movement. I mean, the epic feel, first impression, I mean, it was really overwhelming. It didn't have any bugs. What's keeping it from an S, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Would that keep it from S is because it's static, it barely changes? I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I think that that's a very valid thing to, you know, like want, like RNG and stuff. It just doesn't bother me. I'm going to put it at S, man, honestly. For me, the fact that it's the same every time isn't necessarily negative because there's so much going on. I think that if the gameplay was boring and it was the same thing every time, then it would be a problem. I just think this whole sequence is fun because of all the movement. So you got that, then you got that, then you go behind, you know, then you got the feather rain. It's just a lot of movement, man. It's just mechanic after mechanic after mechanic. And yeah, I mean, it's all static, right? So you get into the motion, you get into the groove of stuff, you know. But I really like the movement, man. I'm a big fan. Suppression. I think suppression is at least an A. Is it as good as Annihilation? I don't think so. I mean, it's very challenging. I think suppression might be harder than Annihilation just because you can't really recover from suppression. Well, I guess you can. I would only rate it an A because you can't attack anything. I think it's a solid A, man. Primal Roulette includes Etheric Boom. I would rate it as a B for most people. However, I want to show you this clip. This is why that it's going to be an A for me. Because this was my first clear. This is why it's an A for. I miss Darwin, man.
Dots.
Refresh dots.
Come on, guys. Come on, push, guys. Go. Push. Oh, you're not good. Okay.
Come on. Come on, go. Please. Fucking kill it, please. Fucking kill it. No. Yes. Eat shit, you motherfucker. Eat fucking shit, you piece of shit! Oh my god.
Oh my.
Alright.
That was unreal.
Oh shit. Oh my god. I'm having a heart attack. That was with 2 deaths. 2 deaths.
That was pretty good, dude. That was one of the best enrages I've ever seen. Strummer, what's behind the chat? Don't worry about it. Yeah, you hear EMs? That was unreal. So that's why it's an A for me, man. I think that most people would probably put this as a B. It's not really the most intense. It's not really the most exciting. But for me, for my first clear, it was an A. Definitely an A. I feel like that we can all agree that the Enrage of Ultima is really cool, right? Like he imprisons you and lifts you up. And the very last member he crushes, right? I think that that's really, really fucking badass. But even though that's is super badass, you still can't make it an S, right? Because the rest of the phase is kind of... I mean, it's not bad, but it's not good. So that's UWU. UWU.